Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Titus podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be dissecting the viral post of a young woman complaining that her man, or this man rather, because after the video, it's not her man. So this man took her to the Cheesecake Factory for their first date and how she was not happy at all. I'm actually going to play a clip of the video right now. Then we'll come back and I'll go ahead and start discussing this.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Well, you all saw it. She was very, very, very upset because this young man took her to the Cheesecake Factory for the first day. And what was really astonishing about it was that he was a gentleman, right? He was really well spoken, explained himself very well as an individual. You could tell that he was an upright citizen. You could tell that he obviously had a job, right? And then went a step further and showed some chivalry, opened up his door first, and then said, "Hey, I'm going to open up your door too." Seems like a calm, collective, good, professional young man. Yet and still this young lady had an issue that she was being taken to the Cheesecake Factory. Now there's two aspects, and I'm not going to hold you long. I'm going to briefly talk about this, but there's two aspects that I want to look at when it comes to this subject. The first is why the Cheesecake Factory, or restaurants like that, chain restaurants, as people were saying that she had an issue with chain restaurants, or some women have an issue with chain restaurants. I'm going to explain why chain restaurants are quite okay to go to on the first date, and also why no matter where you go on the first date, you never judge how your relationship would go from then on out if you were to get with this individual. Okay. For folks say that they've gone to fast food restaurants for the first day. They've gone to on a picnic for the first day. We'll get into that though. So the first aspect that I want to look at it in is there's nothing wrong with going to a chain restaurant. Okay. So an example of the Cheesecake Factory is actually a very good example of how ridiculous this mindset is. Let me tell you something now. My wife and I went to the Cheesecake Factory not too long ago, and we spent, I believe, $90 to $100, and we kind of stayed on the cheap end, right? Because we like to get pasta, right? A lot of places that's fine dining or expensive chain restaurants, the pasta is a lot of times the cheapest thing that you will find on the menu, unless it has like lobster in it or shrimp or something like that. A lot of times the pasta is actually something that's very decently priced. So it was like $15 for each of our meals, maybe $20 for each of our meals. Then we got cheesecake, and then we got the pops, and we also got an appetizer. It came to around $90 to $100, right? If you go all out to the Cheesecake Factory, there's some dishes that are $40, $50 alone, I believe. There's a couple dishes that are $40 to $50 alone, right? Not only that, but you got an appetite. You know this female, she bougie. So many females out there, y'all bougie. Y'all got to realize that the appetizers is actually going to go on that as well. You got some appetizers that's $20, $25. You got some entrees that's $40, $45. Then they want to get the drinks, right? Then they want to get the dessert. So now you're spending just $80 to $100 on that one person. That's not even counting what you're going to get, right? You got to realize that you can never judge a man by the first day. You just starting off. There's no reason why you have not gotten to the point where it's time for him to take you to some fine dining restaurant in downtown such and such where the prices are $80 to $100 a meal. Y'all not at that point in y'all's relationship. Y'all just supposed to be meeting each other. It's not about what restaurant you go to. It's about the effort he puts in. He put in a lot of effort. He said, I'm going to open a door for you. He was well spoken. He was willing to take you to the Cheesecake Factory when in all honesty, most men wouldn't even go as far as the Cheesecake Factory to go on the first date. Most would be like Texas Roadhouse or Olive Garden. I can walk out of Texas Roadhouse with me and my wife. We full and it's $50 for the both of us. That's like one meal at the Cheesecake Factory, including the sides, drinks, and then dessert. Don't get me wrong. Most meals there, entrees rather, are $20 to $25. But then when you take into account all that you get in, appetizer and all that, dessert, $40 to $50. You don't know the insides of this young man's life. Okay? Maybe that's all he could afford at the time. But then next check, he's planning on taking you somewhere else. Maybe because he knows how to budget well. Oh, that's a sign of a good man. Instead of him taking you to some extravagant restaurant and then missing out on paying his bills or missing out on his car note, missing out on his rent. Oh, he's budgeting. Oh, that's a better quality of a young man than a man that takes you to some extravagant restaurant. I'll tell you that. So it is okay to go to a chain restaurant. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Okay? Because for a first date, going to a chain restaurant is honestly my recommendation. I was going to take my wife to the Texas Roadhouse. That's where we was going to go. And she was going to be quite happy with it. We ended up going to Taco Bell, which is like, whoa, for a first day. Let me explain to you. All the restaurants were closed because my wife and I met in literally the peak, not the peak, but like literally the beginning of COVID. That's when we met. So everything was shutting down. There was nothing that was open on the inside. You couldn't even have a date. You just had to say goodbye to it. So we went to Taco Bell and we had a good time. We had talked, met each other. That's what it's for. It's not about where you go. It's about the effort he puts in, and also about an effort. And effort doesn't mean money. That's not what it means. You can have a man take you to a picnic, set something up for you, and put a whole bunch of more effort in than just pick you up and then take you to some fine dining restaurant downtown. The effort is what it's about. But also, it's not about just effort. It's also about you're supposed to be trying to get to know this person. Why you got to get to know this person over a meal, 2 meals worth $150? You're supposed to be just trying to get to know that person. So that's the first. That's what I want to look at it in. Remember, it is just the first date. There's nothing to be extravagant about it, and it is okay to go to a chain restaurant because you are just trying to meet that person. And it's about the effort that they put in, not the amount of money that they spend. The second aspect, I'll be real quickly with this one is, and I've talked about this before. I'm a big fan of talking about relationships and marriage or whatever. So I love talking about this aspect of it. I'm gonna keep it real quick, sweet. I've said it before many times on this podcast. When it comes to a man, what you should be looking for is not the amount of money that they spend on the first date, but the effort that they put in, like I just said. But also on top of that, this is the second aspect here. Take notes, young women. What you also should be looking for is, what kind of individual is he? Does he have a job, right? Because he may take you to some fine dining restaurant, but his mama gave him the money. Or his daddy gave him the money. Or his aunt, uncle, sister, brother gave him the money. But whatever restaurant he takes you to, does he have a job? And did he take you to that restaurant out of that money he made from his job? Is he an upstanding citizen? Or is he in and out of jail? Or is he in and out of trouble all the time? Or is he an upstanding citizen? What's his attitude like? Does he have a little bit of chivalry? I know that chivalry is not as popular as it used to be, but still, does he at least offer to open up the door for you? Is he kind? What kind of people does he hang around? It's okay to look through his profile and say, what kind of friends is he with? Does his friends, does their profile pictures of his friends, are they posting up with guns and weed and drugs? Who always going out to bars, taking pictures with all kind of women and stuff like that? Is them the kind of people that he hangs around? Or is that what he's doing himself? It's okay to do a little bit of studying. If you're talking about a relationship and you're in the position to where you want to marry, so you're dating and you're in the position to date to marry, you need to be looking at those things. And he should be too. But when it comes to that young man, you need to be looking at those things. Does he have a job? Does he have money saved up? Does he budget well? Who does he hang around? What places does he go to? Is he kind? Is he chivalrous? Is he in and out of trouble, or is he steady? Yeah, we getting deep. Y'all ain't ready for those conversations that I could every single one of those I could just break that down in the video in itself. We got it coming. Stay tuned. But those are qualifying. You must ask qualifying questions. It's okay to ask him. It's okay to look at his profile. It's okay. Don't stalk, right? Don't go all the way back to 2015. But I'm just saying, it's okay to find out some information about it, because this is if you're dating to marry, this is the rest of your life we talking about. If it turns out this person, y'all do like each other, and you haven't done your study and then you get a committed relationship with him, and then you find out this about him, that about him, this about him, that about him. Whew. But if you had your guard up, not shunning, right? Be careful in shunning men away, but at least have a sense of self-esteem, right? At least have a sense of self worth and love, so that young man doesn't take advantage of you if he does turn out to be not the right man, or not a civil or upstanding man. So, young men, it's okay to take a female to the Cheesecake Factory. And honestly, I think the Cheesecake Factory is a bit extravagant for me personally for a first date. That's what I think. I think it's a bit extravagant. So the fact that these young women now, some people I've seen somewhere that say something about this was fake and shut up. I don't know if that's true, but let me tell you something right now. There is women with this kind of mindset. I will tell you right. You probably know some. You probably know some. There are. But women, it's okay to go to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date. It's okay to go to Texas Roadhouse on the first date. I even think it's okay to go to McDonald's on the first date. That's just me, man. That's just me. Then you can build up. My wife and I started at Taco Bell. We wasn't going to start at Texas Roadhouse. That was the plan. Okay, but COVID messed that up. But then we've gone all the way up to a restaurant called Tony's. Almost a 5-star restaurant. Fine dining. We went there for our 1 year anniversary. Phenomenal restaurant. We spent like $180 or something like that. But you can build up to that. Don't start there. That's just crazy. Y'all haven't got nowhere yet. Y'all just getting to know each other. Go to somewhere mediocre and just have a good time. Get to know each other. That's what it's all about. And as long as he puts in the effort, man, that's what it's all about. So it's okay to go to the Cheesecake Factory. It's okay to take your girl to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Well, thank you all so much for watching and tuning in to the Titus Bear podcast. I do greatly appreciate it. Please stay tuned as we have so many more videos and topics to come. Please hit that like button. Comment any thoughts you have on this controversial topic. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share this video if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.